Hello. I think I'm alive. I'm not sure. I know my husband will ring me and tell me. I have been looking at, and where did I just put it out of my road so I didn't have it in the photo, is the catalogue. And this is the Timeless Arrangements card. And I saw this, but this is actually a box with big ribbon and you wrap it together. So I wanted to turn it into a card. And of course, I never quite get it how they do it. Look, I pick my colours. So let's get started, because I've actually got to go to and get a injection in my shoulder today because I've got bursitis. I thought it was from all my cranking with my machine, so I brought an electric die cutting machine, and it's still there. But I also had a couple of falls, one at basketball with the kids, little toads that got under my feet, and the other one I was trying to get some veggies from the garden. I leaned on the playhouse and I grabbed the handle from the slide, and the handle fell off and I fell with it. So these are the Timeless Arrangements, and that's how we cut out all these. We dye them. So rather than bore you with sitting there cutting them all out, so that's the main one. And the thing about that is in the middle it's got little love crosses, like for kisses, and dots. So when it prints out, it has that nice indentation. Did I get that right? I've only got to hope I can. If you come on, please click like or love or whatever you want to say. Give me a comment. You can subscribe, and that way you'll know when I'm doing my other lives, because I have done a few. You can go back. So this is the stamp set, and I use this to stamp out. Very simple today. A little bit of this bubbles and just some little flowers. So I'm just going to put that down to the side. Well, I'm not, because try and put it there and not to cut out anything. So that's actually a host code. If you order from me, you do this, and I'm going to have to move it over a little bit there, and you can, well, you know what I'll do is I just pick that. No, I won't. Bugger it. And that's my demonstrator site, and at Falconer Independent. It's on Facebook. You can go on there. You can send me a message if you want to do any kits with me. I do kit cards, and this is sort of like would be a kit card, because stamping up, you're not allowed to stamp and post it out. So if you did a kit card, I would give you everything to make this card except the stamp, and you'd have to use one you had if you don't have this. But that's easy to do. So, all right, I'm going to just try and fit that the best I can to get it in. So the host code for July, you really only need that, is that. And let's get moving. So the first thing I did, so I've got a little kit already here. So these are the kits I sent out. Once a month I do a kit class, and I send out everything involved except, again, the stamp. And so we're going to do, we've got the ribbon, as you can see here and here, and we've got that. So what we might do is a bit of our stamping first and get the messy bit out before I do my fingers, because that's also happens to me. And I've got, for the little saying, I've got hope your day is filled with everything good. Once I get the injection in my shoulder, I'm hoping my day will be full and I won't have any more pain in my shoulder. It keeps me awake. It is really not good. Now I've got this little spongy mat, because this is not a rubber, it's a polymer. You need to put it on something a little bit soft. So I'm going to just put that down. So my husband spent, oh my goodness, that didn't come out as good. I'm going to do it again. I don't know what I did. Maybe I didn't get my ink on properly. I did refill my inkers, but that's better. Just get it all over. That's it. Down and up. Don't rock or you'll get a mark. So I'll just put that to the side and grab that in a minute. And my husband, it was our anniversary yesterday, 42 years. Can you believe it? He's just put a message on there saying he's a good bloke. He is, because he fixed it all for me, so I don't have to panic. I'm good at some things. I can turn the computer on. No, I can do a lot more than that. I just am not IT and he is. So why not let him do what he does best? Like he lets me cook for him because I do that better. Okay, so on our card front, I'm just going to, I will have to fold that. So I find it easy. You can use your scorer, but on a, this is an 8" by 4 and a quarter, and it's scored at 4 and an 1/8. And sometimes that's hard to work out. So if I just do that, I can just, and then I run my bone folder down to give it a square thing. Okay, because we're going to put some bubbles. So on this, I've got the Moody Mauve. Everyone says it different. I don't know. So I'm just not going to put it on there. Yesterday I did a class and I said to the ladies, now don't forget to do this and do this here. And I actually had it wrong. And she says, don't you mean I was I was doing this card? And I said, now put it on the mauve, the black, add that to the back of the mauve. And two of them go, oh, are you sure? And I said, oh, no, maybe you can add it to the white. Anyway, we had a great class. They all had fun. And we went away. I'll show you the other cards. That was one of them. Right, I'll just pop that out of the road. I'll clean. If I don't clean these and put them away, I'll lose them. I was telling the girls yesterday I went to get a stamp set out and there's one missing, so I've put a note on it so when I'm out looking I can see if I can find it. Alright, so that's the only bit we need to do there, so I'll just set that aside again. And now we're going to do we will do the envelopes and the inside mat, and I've already got that. Where have I got it? I took it out, I put it on a stamp pad. Did I cover it? Oh my goodness. Here it is. Look, I put it out, I put it away, it's all ready. So this is Highland Heather. So I've used Highland Heather instead of the mauve. So even though I looked at it in the catalogue, I never do what I'm told. I looked at it and I thought, oh, I don't like that. I'm going to change it. So that's just for the inside mat. Make sure there's no ink anywhere. I'm just going to put on the envelope. I like a little bit of the envelope. I mean, if you're posting it, it doesn't interfere with your the mail. It doesn't get seen. It doesn't get seen. So, all right, I'll pop that away. So we went out last night to a place in Mordialloc because I live in Melbourne, Australia. We went out to a place in Mordialloc called Bang Bang, and the restaurant it's just a small one and it's Asian influence, but I think Thai or so. Oh my God, they do this eggplant, which I hate eggplant, but I was out one night with the girls and they said, oh, you've got to try it, and I was like, I don't want to try it, I don't like it. And so I did, and I liked it. But it was done in this sauce, and it was done with sweet chili sauce over it. Now, what I'm going to do with the card now is put a piece of tape across the middle, right? And then on the back, I'm just going to put a little piece about where that will be. And we won't take those off yet. Okay, so I'm saying okay. We will take this off. This is it. And we're going to, this is the Moody Mauve. Now I need to see how I've left a little bit there. We're going to slip some through in a minute. So now we're just going to put that to the side as well. And we're going to get on with building. So with our building, I'm going to pop that out of the road and use a silicone mat. I don't know where my Stampin' Up one is, but it doesn't matter. Okay, and we're going to build that. So what I am doing, and I found easier when I made it, is to tape the whole back rather than glue it, because when I put some glue on, it just slid around and you're adding so much. So I do use glue after, but I start with the tape first so it's got something to grip onto. I don't like laying it all on the ground and then hoping and they're trying to redo it. A lot of people do. And what they do is take a photo of how they've put it down ready, and then they watch it and do it bit by bit. But I kind of like to do it like this. So what I've got here is I've got my flowers. I've cut them, I've die stamped them and then die cut them. And I've got to get them out. Oh, they're a bit fiddly. You really do need a good piece of wet wipe, because this is a bit sticky. So with my Highland Heather, I'm just going to quickly whip my flowers up. So I'm just doing, and because these alcohol, they do dry. So when I first did them, they looked very dark, but they're not too bad. And I think I did all of these in the purple, Highland Heather. So how easy is that? So you just stamp them out, die cut them. There's a little bit of white on them, but it actually looks quite nice. So then I've used the light one. Now, in the beginning it looks exactly the same, doesn't it? But it actually dries, and it, I'll show you in a minute. So it does dry, you can see by this one, see how it's dark there and light at the top. So what I'm going to do is just run a little bit more dark around the bottom over top of that, so it has a really deep dark. And I'm going to do that twice, because remember I didn't do it properly the first time. Alright, here we go. I'm also a little bit, you're not going to see the stalks, I'm not worried about that, but I've got a little bit of overlay there, so I'm just going to take it off. Okay, I'm not doing the leaves because it's all going to be popped behind. So I have cut out from the Timeless dies, which is really handy. They come out with the big pieces, so it's easy. Keep the bottom. If you've got this die set, keep the bottoms, and that will help you adjust at the back. So you just cut them all off. And as I said, leave a little bit on the bottom because you're going to need it. Let's get that out of the road. Sorry. I've got some extra leaves here in green. Got my little Chinese takeaway container that I put it all in. It's nothing like when you're doing die cutting and you lose everything. I'm just going to pop that over on the bin rather than have to try and pick it up with my fingernails. Alright, so we've got ourselves a garden. And let's build. So with my sticky bit, I'm going to turn it around because I know where it's going to be, and I'm going to start with my big flowers. I can get my fingers all sticky. Oh, here we go. Someone brought me flowers for our anniversary, or my husband brought me the biggest bucket of flowers because we said no presents. you know, it's ISO and we're all trying to save money. And I said, just no presents. Don't worry about that. I'm not worried. It's not my thing. The fact he spent all night fixing my computer for me the night before is gift enough for me. Because, you know, my screen took up so much with my photos, so we fixed that. So you're just going to go around, and as you can see, they stick on the back then, rather than have all that glue just on my fingers. The glue was quite messy. Now remember, they've got, if you can see that very well, they've got little dents. You can see that's the back because it's bland. So this is crumb cake, and the green is garden green. And you see that's not sticking as well because so what I will do once I get to the next stage and I need to double up, I will add some glue. Oops, he didn't want to go on there. And slip another one in there. It's a bit different than the other one. We hadn't had as many on there. So you can see it just builds up and builds up, and the leaves are quite good. It's a bit of die cutting, but it's worth it. I'm just going to slip a little one in here, over there. So you just fill it up, fill it up. Oh, see now look, we've got a few missing, so I'm just going to get my glue. See that? He's not got, just got to get him on the, right, we want a piece of glue there. I'm going to add one down there. And what else? I need something up in this corner here. So this is when you can add your glue and add stuff because you've already got your sticky on. And that's why I said you get really dirty fingers. And I might just, yep, just down here. Well, that has got a bit of no glue. So just a dot. That's it. Look at that. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just glue all on the inside and try and get everything. Be yucky, sticky, yucky. We're going to place that strategically on there. Okay. Now this piece of ribbon, I'm just going to slide that in there now. Turn it over and take off your pieces. Right. Just going to tie a knot in there. We're not going to do a bow because it's already got a lot on it. Okay. I'm going to try and turn that so it's to the side more. Oh, see, and it's all glued down, and then so next we get our card back. Always remove your silicone because if there's any glue and it goes on the back of the card, you'll be so upset you spent all that time doing it. I will put a bit of glue on there. Put a bit on because it's got a heavy front, so I want it to stay on. And we've got it the right way. And we're going to put our inside mat in. Place it nicely. There's nowhere else to place it, haha. Just going to grab that corner and bring it over a little bit. Alright, how's that? And so that is simply take an idea from your magazine. Here I go. Take an idea from your magazine and make it up for you. And it's a lovely card and stamp set. So if you are interested in it and you want to contact me to go onto my shop, this is called the Timeless Arrangements. Okay, we'll see you in a week and have a great week. I'm going to hopefully be running around with my good arm next week. See ya. Bye.